We know that some of the store managers, particularly from the supermarket, had been involved with repairs that had not gone to plan. So they were very much on edge with our approach in the first place, and the advantage had been that we had a good selection of site management staff, not only from Mainmark but from our main contractor as well, who were able to deal with all of that and basically make sure that the communication was such that they knew exactly what they were getting every night. And that was the key thing, was that when they came through in the morning, we did an assessment, we had it checked off and signed off by the store manager. We had a good procedure in place, and that meant that there were no guessing, there was no questions at the other end of it. We knew they were happy, and they were. The feedback from their property division and their project management team, which were overseeing this work, was that the work was done to an impeccable standard very, very quickly. That was the other key component of it, and with very little effect to their trade. So that, which has been a massive benefit. I'll tell you what was probably the biggest wow moment for our business was, and not necessarily for me, but for me taking through the head of asset management, the head of development management. I have a funny feeling we had a member of the fund analyst team there as well, so we had some pretty key players there. And we walked through, and the key thing that they noticed was the lack of impact to the way that the supermarket was operating. You're talking an immensely intense management process that the supermarkets run, and these tubes are running around all over the place, but they're all collated into one area and they bridge over, and they're attached to things that were that were parts of the structure, but it had no effect. There was no effect to the way that they were tracking stock, stocking shelf, the whole lot. It was all dealt with. So, I mean, and that required a fair bit of planning, and Mainmark were a key component of that because they knew exactly what their effect was going to be. Our main contractor and our project management staff were well over that and well versed with what we would need to do in order to maintain the best possible. I mean, one of the key things was stocking shelves, because that's normally done outside of ours. So we were making sure that we were giving them enough room. We were working in another area. You know, it was logistically it was complex. The good thing about it from the owner's point of view is that we obviously had guys that were able to oversee and check all of the stuff prior to it being undertaken in the first place. And I think that was another very, very impressive component of Mainmark's methodology, was the fact that during the day we were lifting the building. So when people are all sitting in there and you're talking a completely operational supermarket and 2 other tenancies, and the building's going up by a few millimetres every day, and that was one, approved by the structural engineer, because we're not doing it in drastic levels, we're doing it in increments, and it was the ability of Mainmark's and their technology was able to monitor that to pinpoint accuracy, such that the engineers were able to have confidence that we weren't overstressing anything at the same time as doing the work.